Hey, so today I'm sharing with you 3 things that you want to do to get your personal finance in order, especially as we're approaching year end. I am Tanya Taylor. My goal is to help you to overcome the cycle of poverty. And so I teach you how to budget, improve your credit, manage debt, invest, and a host of other personal finance topics. Every video that I do, there will be at least one implementable strategy that you can start putting in place. I also love to give my free giveaways. So today, my free guide is 5 things that you're doing to throw your money away and what you can do instead. Drop me a line below if you want the free guide, and I'll be happy to share it with you. Now, as I said, today, we're talking about a total of 3 things that you can start doing today to get your finances in order. The first thing is to get your spending plan or budget. Before you even create a budget, you got to think about, what is my goal? If you know what your goal is, it's going to help you to more effectively put together a budget and implement it, because now you're going to be spending in alignment with your values and what your end goal is. So let's say, for example, you're starting out very simple and you're saying, I just don't want to take on any more debt for the rest of the year. You could just start there so that you're not overwhelmed by a huge goal that you're trying to achieve. So then you would create your budget and you look to see what you're spending on. What are you pulling your credit card out for? And look to see if you really necessarily need those items. But then you can also look to see other items that you might be overspending on that you can now stop spending on. So even the things that you were pulling your credit card out for, you may no longer need to, because you've found that extra money within other parts of your budget. Once you have this budget, your obvious goal is to get, at a minimum, your expenses to equal your income. But then you want to go a little bit further, because for step number 2, the second thing that you can start doing, and that's really important that most of us don't do, is to pay yourself first. And then if you are saying to yourself, well, I'm already having higher expenses than income, this is why you needed the budget. And now with the budget, if you're saying, okay, I'm going to pay myself 2% of my income because that's all I could afford. My recommendation is that you start at 10%, but I'm going to be real. If you can't start at 10%, you just got to start. So let's say you want to find 2% of your income. You're going to look to see what else you can eliminate or reduce. And then once you do that, that 2% that you're now saving, start making it automated. If you get paid by your employer through a paycheck that goes directly to your bank, request to have a portion of that put in a completely separate account. You're paying yourself to achieve some kind of goal. It could be that you're creating now an emergency fund, or it could be that you want to start learning to invest so that you can grow your wealth, right? Now, let's say your employer gives you a physical check. Set up an automatic transfer out of your bank account on the same day that you put the check in, so you're still paying yourself first. The third thing that you want to do is to automate your bills. Now, you may say, well, my paycheck comes in at a different time of the month from some of my bills, and that happens for all of us. But you can do a couple of different things. You can call your credit card companies and ask them to change the dates of when you make your payment. You can actually call your utility company and go on a level payment plan, so you know every single month that you're going to be paying the same amount. And now, if you can see a pattern of how your bills are paid, then you have those automatically paid. They're in line with your paycheck. And then you don't ever have to be so frazzled about, oh my God, my bill is due. I forgot to pay my bill. Because if it's all set up automatic and coming out of your bank account, then you never have to worry about that. A lot of times what people end up doing is that they have bills that are due and they end up going past their due date. And that creates a whole lot of other issues, right? Because that's going to completely mess with your budget. Because if you have to pay a late fee on that bill, that's an extra $30 or $35 that's coming out of your budget that you didn't factor in. And worse too, if you go over 30 days late for certain payments, then your credit gets dinged. So having things set up automatic is going to really help you as you try to get your finances in order. I hope that you found these 3 tips helpful. drop a line and tell me which one you found most helpful and which one you think you would start implementing right away. Also, remember, if you want the free guide, just put free guide in the comments below and I'll be happy to share it with you.